Mm. Well, did it? I think we're still live.
Jesus Christ.
We showed you what the GOAT was last year when we beat y'all 50-7.
Let's go! One team!
Relax, big boy.
Team one podcast?
One team, one podcast.
Yeah, they did a good job.
Yeah.
Why is he so fat?
One team!
All right, guys, welcome back. Shit ton of technical difficulties.
Yes, sir.
Working through it.
Only took you 5 minutes. That's all good.
I thought my whole computer crashed for a second there, and that was going to be bad. But here we are.
Mhm.
One Team, One Podcast, Sunday edition.
Selection Sunday edition.
Selection Sunday edition. And we were all fired up for this episode before.
Mhm.
Now we're fired up, I feel like, for a different reason.
We're fired up because we're mad.
Yeah.
We got our torches and pitchforks now.
We do. So before we get started, I want to give a big thanks to all of our sponsors, courtesy Buick GMC, Brandon Lejeune. He knows who he is. Like, you need to reach out to this guy. He's the number one GMC dealer in the whole state. So reach out to Brandon. We're going to post all of his information on our Facebook page. Bear Process Safety, Adam Barry at Bear Process Safety. Any of you guys in the industrial arena, you need to reach out to Bear. Ether Insurance, Adam Emrado, Ether Insurance. They can do quotes online for any kind of line of insurance you're looking for. I saw a guy, he was trying to get a quote on Bitcoin shop the other day while he was sitting in front of me. Also, Bogies. Big shout out to Bogies. I'm about to post a Bogies t-shirt. He gave me.
He okayed it?
He okayed it.
There
I
we
just
go.
haven't done it yet. So they're doing crawfish at Bogies tonight. So go check them out. Live crawfish over at Bogies.
I've had their crawfish boils before. They're
Are they
pretty
really
damn-
good?
They're pretty damn good.
Well, I mean, I saw some Instagram stuff on it. I didn't think there was anything wrong with
I
it.
remember
but
they did a big thing on St. Patty's Day a couple years ago.
yeah.
It was a great time.
Lynn, let us know if Facebook is working. I think it is. I think everything is up. So you guys let us know if you can hear us and everything in the chat. Post your comments as well. We were having some technical difficulties earlier, but all right, let's just get started here. LSU plays Alabama earlier today.
Right.
We lose. We miss a tip in at the end.
Yeah.
80 to 79. Going into the game, you were posting your bracketologies and all that before.
Mhm.
I had said something a while back, which was I thought that LSU needed to beat Arkansas to get off of the 8 line, which of course they did.
Right.
My problem was I think that once Alabama beat us, we were gonna take a step down again, and more than anything because we had 9 losses. But hear me out.
Sure.
I still think we should have been a 7 or a 6. 6 at the high,
Right.
7 probably at the low.
Right. Yeah.
The reason why we're an 8 is like it's like the elephant in the fucking room, right?
Right. Yeah. No.
Like
naturally.
it's Will Wade.
Right.
That's the only reason why we're an 8, guys. Like this is the NCAA, and you want a silver lining out of this. I was just thinking about this before we came on here. The NCAA has 0 on Will Wade. Nothing. They have nothing on Will Wade.
Right.
And the reason why I know that is because this is the only thing that they can do is just dig at LSU and give them a lower seed. That is it. They have nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Or you would have already heard about this. It already came out.
Yeah.
Dick Vitale's running his mouth again on TV.
Yeah.
I feel like Jake Bambino right now. I need to calm down. Let me have a drink.
I mean, right when I heard that,
I need a drink.
Right when I heard his big stupid caricature voice on the TV,
They're so
when
played
I turned
out.
it on, it's just like it is coming from a place of extreme bias because I mean we hate him because of our LSU and ties and all that, but I hate listening to him on TV. Like
Yeah.
it doesn't matter whose game he's calling. It just like he provides zero analysis.
What was the game the
first
other day?
off.
It was Alabama and Tennessee, where last second shot, and he thought they made it. It was a big barstool tweet that went out there about it, saying
no,
like,
I mean,
"Come on,
it's
man."
just he doesn't provide any real analysis, and he just he says the same fucking crap all the time.
Yep.
I mean, don't be a dick, y'all.
Don't be a dick. Go get a t-shirt, guys. I am pumping out t-shirts right now. You have no idea. All I do, I'm a fucking marketing genius, guys. I'm just. I got t-shirts for all these players, this and that. Like, go check it out. Go to oneteam1podcast.com and then click shop. You can go to our shop page, and I'm looking at some options to upgrade the shop page. So y'all be on the lookout. And once I do upgrade it, I have a lot of other ideas that I haven't even done yet because I wanted to get some better products, hats, things like that. Coy, I forget his last name. He's been asking us about hats. I need to get some hats going. Yeah. So, man.
Okay, here's another thing about today's game against Alabama.
Mhm.
So we all go into it. We're a 6-point dog. Pretty much most of the level-headed LSU followers and analysts and whatever, we're saying going into the game, LSU's probably going to get blown out here. We've played this team twice. We know what happens. It's a terrible matchup, all that. So we play the game. We lose by 1. Shouldn't that actually raise your opinion of this LSU basketball team?
Will Wade said it right before we came on here. I saw Jacques Doucet retweeting it. Basically that Will Wade said that apparently they had seeded us before we even got to the tournament.
That's what it seems like.
And he said it looked like the
I
tournament
didn't know he said that.
didn't
That's
even
awesome.
the tournament didn't even matter.
Yeah.
And that so then I tweeted that right after. I said, so basically it didn't matter if we beat Arkansas or not. We were on the 8 and 9s
Right.
line.
Right.
Anyway.
So, I mean, I guess we would have been a 10 seed if we don't win that game, huh?
Mm-hmm. What? Which you talking about? Arkansas?
Yeah. Or Ole Miss, I guess.
Ole Miss, yes.
Ole Miss were probably
maybe.
It may be fairly if we lost Ole Miss, but
the only thing I can see is that we have 9 losses, and I get it. There's a bad loss in there with like Georgia, and things like that. But
but
yeah.
Everyone at this point has a bad.
Yeah,
loss
I'm
or
looking
two.
at the seedings, and we're watching the bracketology right now on ESPN, and I'm looking at a lot of teams that have 10, 9 yeah, Oklahoma's got 10 losses, and they're an 8 seed. And I get it that they're in they're Iowa, they're a 2 seed. They're 21 and 8.
Purdue has 9 losses, and they're a 4 seed.
Right.
And I mean, granted, they play a tougher schedule.
So
and
take
all
that out of the equation. I shouldn't even say
But they
that.
have the exact same record as us. They're 18 and 9, just like us, and they're 4 seeds ahead of us. The Big Ten is not that much better than the SEC.
There's so much bias towards the Big Ten.
It's crazy.
It's unbelievable.
There's 9 Big Ten teams.
And I thought the Big 12 was the best conference. They have seeded it
I
like
think
the Big 10 is the best.
I actually think the Big Ten is the best conference, but just barely. And they seed it like the Big Ten is head and shoulders above everybody. And I don't think that's the case. I actually do think the Big Ten is just a nose better than the Big 12.
We have some questions for Jack in here. Let's see.
What's that?
Chris Landry, Jack smashing a truly is big 8 seed energy.
Well, Matt doesn't have any beer, so that's the only thing.
What time Jackson rolled out of bed? Brandon Lejean said that.
What's that supposed to mean?
I don't know. Yeah,
I got up at 9 this morning.
I think it's because you don't comment in the Facebook group, so he thinks we're sleeping.
He always thinks I'm asleep
We're
because
sleeping.
I don't comment in the Facebook group.
Big tweeters here, Brandon. Huge tweeters.
Sorry,
here.
I don't know any of you 50-year-old men. It's just not my crowd.
Stat wise, Big 12 was the best. That's Harold Lynn Allen Jubin. 4 names.
Junior.
Yeah, junior. I thought the Big 12 was the best. So let's talk about there was a tweet that somebody had sent us earlier. I don't know if you have it or not, but it showed like some 7 seeds that were ranked ahead of us.
Not all 7 seeds.
Their NET rankings, right?
Wasn't all 7 seeds. There was a 6 seed in there too.
Okay.
Let me pull it up.
Yeah, so there was somebody had tweeted some 7 seeds that were in there, or I guess 7 and 8s. No, 6 and 7s that were ranked ahead of us.
Actually, never mind. They are all 7s.
All 7s?
Yeah, UConn, Florida, Oregon, Clemson all have a lower NET than us, and they're all 7 seeds.
Yeah, but it's not even by a little. Like, what's our NET?
We're 28. UConn and Florida are 30-31. Oregon's 34, and then Clemson's 41.
I mean, that's a joke.
Clemson is significantly overseeded. Clemson should be like a 10 seed.
I mean, that's a joke.
And then a crazy thing, I saw Virginia Tech as a 10 seed. They're 15 and 6. They got to be real pissed over there. What's NCAA got on them?
I don't know. Here's one thing that I've seen so far with these. I haven't been paying as much attention to like smaller conferences or mid majors or anything like that, like I normally would.
Yeah.
But this year, I can already kind of tell you, like Arkansas, they play Colgate out of the bat, 3-14. Man, there's a few of these teams like Winthrop that's in there.
Yeah.
They
What about-
barely have any losses at all this year.
Yeah. Well,
I know they're not playing a whole lot.
So
out of
actually,
conference.
Colgate has only played 5 different teams.
Oh.
Yesterday and today were the 4th and 5th teams that they've played this season. They played Army 4 times. They played Holy Cross 3 times, and then they played Bucknell another 3 times, and then they played 2 different teams yesterday and today.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's
So
unbelievable.
They've only beaten 5 different teams. And their 1 losses to Army. They went 3-1 against Army.
Wow. That's unbelievable.
Crazy year.
I didn't know that.
Patriot League setup is strange, especially this year.
Yeah, somebody posted Sam Bacon in the chat, Houston versus somebody in the ship. So Houston as a 2 seed, that was a little surprising to me. I thought they were going to be like a 3.
Yeah, I thought they should have been a 3.
As an AAC.
Texas, who's in our bracket, is a 3. I thought Texas should have been ahead of Houston.
Getting in the championship game.
Right.
Yeah.
Won the championship game.
Oklahoma
Texas
State.
Big 12 champs.
Oklahoma State being a 4.
Oklahoma State's a little underseeded.
I agree.
Yeah. No, I
think they're
so
all over the place.
I had Texas as a 2. I had Oklahoma State as a 3. I had Purdue as like a 7, and Purdue's a 4.
So let's walk through a little bit with the LSU bracket. I have it here. We can kind of take a look at it. Let's get that. Let's get especially Sam Bacon's chat. We'll take that down. We don't need to see that. You got LSU, of course, St. Bonaventure. The only thing I know about St. Bonaventure this year is that Jimmy Ott wants to bet on St. Bonaventure basketball all the time. That's all I know.
They D up. That's the biggest thing about them. I don't know that they have the offensive firepower to stay with us though. If we can get hot shooting or something.
Yeah,
like
and
if we score 80 points, I think we win the game.
I think that Michigan. You were talking. Probably a little bit more about Michigan than I do. Aren't they missing a player possibly?
Livers. They're missing Livers.
So
he's a starter for them. He's probably the top 3 best players.
I'll be missing my liver here soon. Get it?
Shout out to the Durante Jones Bourbon Club.
All right. So let's see. You got next round. I would say Florida State's probably going to come out of that, right? If you were to, I don't know if it's LSU, St. Bonaventure, Michigan, whoever gets out of that, I would say Florida State. I like Florida State. They're so long.
It's Creighton.
No, it's Colorado. Is a 5.
Colorado as a 5 is a little high for me.
I agree.
Too.
22-8 as a 5 in the Pac-12.
The Pac-12, right?
It's a joke.
They got to their the Pac-12 title game, and lost to Oregon State. But they did finish the season pretty well, and actually I have enjoyed watching them play a little bit this year.
Isn't this awesome as a play-in game? Michigan State, UCLA.
Yeah, dude, that's crazy.
That is a awesome play-in.
And then winner plays
BYU.
BYU. Okay, never mind.
Yep.
I thought that was one of the. I thought that was like a North Carolina type team. Yeah. Oh man, I didn't even get to mention BYU yet. BYU as a 6 is just grossly too high.
Yes.
I think I'm pretty sure I had BYU as an 8.
What did they finish? Second in the
Yeah, they finished second in the West Coast Conference.
whatever you call it. Yeah.
Yeah, because it's just them and Gonzaga.
It's Gonzaga.
It's them and Gonzaga. And they're struggling in games against fucking Pacific.
Yeah.
Like I don't even know who that is.
Texas as a 3. And this really does set up pretty nicely for Alabama here. Wouldn't you say? Like Texas to me would be your best team coming out of that with Alabama. So an Alabama, Texas, maybe Sweet 16. That's intriguing. A lot of athletes on the floor.
Yeah. I think
both teams can play really good defense.
I think when I finish doing my bracket, I think I'm probably going to have Alabama in the Final Four.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Jesus Christ, we played. I honestly think we played our best game today.
Yeah.
Like the best.
That's the best game we played all year.
I really think so.
Anybody in the chat, Brandon in the chat, you watched every game this year. Is that the best game that we played all year?
I really think it was.
I know it's Trenton Watford's best game that he's played all year, and I felt like our
Trenton
defense.
Watford's best game of his life.
Yeah, I think our defensive energy was the difference with that. With like hands, we did that a little bit against Arkansas too in the second half.
Yeah,
where it was just hands, and we were just getting our deflections on everything.
Yeah, no, I mean that's what I love when
team.
we're playing defense well. It's because there is no easy pass ever. Ever. There's always a hand in the passing lane at all times. Right. And that's even Trenton Watford and Cam Thomas are helping out with that.
Yeah. I think if we stay that kind of energy, of course, I think the number one thing for this team to always do, especially if they're going to make a run in the tournament, is they have to shoot well. You have to have Javonte Smart shooting well. You have to have Cam Thomas creating and maybe getting to the free throw line. You need to have Darius Days not off. When Darius Days is just completely off, it just hurts this team. Right. But the next thing is guys like LeBlanc and Gaines coming off the bench and just creating that defensive energy. Yeah. No, I agree. I agree. Yeah. No, animal. I mean, I think I was talking to Sarah's dad yesterday about Gaines, and just like you gotta love that kid coming off the bench, and his court vision is really good. Obviously his defensive intensity is probably the best part about him right now. Brandon just said in the chat, as a team, best game was probably when we broke 100, and then the first game against Arkansas. Me and you, Brandon, were at that game. We still didn't get enough from Days today. We got to get enough offense from him. I agree with that. I guess so. Yeah. That Arkansas game was weird. That first game. I didn't see Arkansas. That wasn't Arkansas. They were missing a guy, but were they? They were a number 0. I forget his name, but he wasn't playing then. I don't know what was going on, but we pressed a good bit in that game early in the season, and it just befuddled Arkansas. They had no idea what to do with that. And I don't know. Moses Moody hadn't quite found his. No, he wasn't. Although, the same yet. Moses Moody was playing well at that point, but he wasn't playing how he is now. Right. Arkansas is gonna. I think I'll have Arkansas making a little run in the tournament in my bracket. But, all right. So St. Bonaventure, what do you know about these guys? I would look through their stats. I didn't do much other than that. They don't really have anybody that's averaging a ton of points. They got their leading scorer is also their leading passer, so I'm assuming is their point guard. Yeah. Something Lofton. He's averaging 15 points, 5.5 assists. I saw they beat VCU. I don't know if it was double digits, but maybe by 9. It was. I think they won by 11. Yeah. That was today. Apparently, there'd been a hot betting line against the spread this year. Interesting. And what do you think the spread's going to be? I hadn't even thought about it. It's tough to predict that. It really is, but I think this will be a telltale for you with Vegas. Vegas doesn't give a shit about Will Wade and all that stuff. Right. They care about the line and what the betting line's going to be. Right. I think this will tell you whether LSU got screwed or not is when the line comes out and say LSU's favored by 5 against St. Bonaventure. And that means, they were seated too low. Right. Like you idiots. Yeah, and you know what? This is something I don't think a lot of people 6 or 7 is what Brandon may be saying. Yeah. It sucks to have the 8 line because now you have to play a 1 seed in the second round if you win your first game. Yeah. But it also sucks to play a 9 seed instead of a 10 or an 11. Because St. Bonaventure is a good bit better than a Syracuse or who's a 10 seed. Maryland. I mean, hell, Maryland's a freaking 10 seed. I would love to play Maryland. They have 13 losses. They're just a little bit over 500. I would love to play Maryland. Lynn Allen said the Bonnies will score about 70 and give up 60. So good defensive team. I mean, if we score, this is, and some of you guys, you'll know this, but my favorite John Brady quote is they fell out of bed and they scored 85. And I think if we can score 80 points on some of these teams, can they stay with us? And we may give up a ton because we're just a poor defensive team sometimes, but can they be hot enough to just keep scoring with us? I don't think so. So actually, the more I think about it, the more I compare this team to Ole Miss, actually. Yeah.
The way Ole Miss is playing.
You're talking about
playing
St.
lately.
Bonaventure.
Yes.
Yeah.
They want to slow you down. They
Yeah.
want to play,
Half court ball.
Exactly. That's exactly what I think they are. And they have good guards, but they don't have insane guard. There's nowhere on the floor that they're like extremely dominant.
Yeah.
Just like Ole Miss.
Yep.
And they're also very well coached like Ole Miss is.
They're
They're probably better coached than our team is.
Tucker in the chat says we put up 75 plus. No way Bonnies keep up. Not built for our offense.
Right. And it's also going to
not built for offense. Sorry.
Right. I mean, it's the tournament. So, I mean, if a team gets hot shooting, it can be dangerous.
That's
and
one of the
anyone
things
can get hot shooting.
But that's what I've always talked about with this team since the beginning of the season is they're built for a tournament run, which is they have some guys who can shoot. But they have to play well. I mean, you have to have days hitting threes. You have to have pick and pop. I shouldn't say threes, but just pick and pop. He doesn't always have to be behind the arc. He can step out.
But he always
I know,
will. He always will be behind the arc when he
Cam
shoots.
Thomas, if he can shoot a jumper, that's fine. But
Cam Thomas, he's getting real good at shooting threes, man.
He is, but man, he can always take a step in and get a good jumper.
Yeah, and I don't think he ever goes too far with that anymore.
Now Javante, keep shooting your threes.
Dude, Javante's
what is he, 45% right now?
Javante's fucking crazy.
It's just unbelievable.
He's on some fucking I don't even know.
The 40+% 3-point percentage is just like, okay, you keep doing your thing.
Yeah.
But like obviously Cam can get to the basket, he can get to the free throw line.
Past couple games, Cam's been shooting like 50% from three. I think since like the Missouri game, he's been shooting something like that.
I mean, I jumped up out of my seat on that last one where he was just doing a heat check.
Yeah. Oh,
and
man.
I was like, okay, come on.
I did the same thing.
Just do it.
The same thing.
Yeah.
Just the second he touched the ball, I was like, do it.
I wanted it so bad.
Yeah.
But yeah, if he can get to the free throw line, he is just like, I mean, he's so good with that. And then also you're creating foul trouble with some of the guys going down. Now the problem that we were having in the SEC tournament is that these freaking refs were terrible.
Oh my God.
Not wanting to call anything.
Yeah.
Or they would call call a flop on games.
Dude,
and then
that was such bullshit.
And then I think it was like a possession or two before that, Trenton Watford does like a spin move in the lane. The guy falls down, not even touched, falls down. Of course, they're not going to call that. Right. I mean, I couldn't believe they called it to begin with.
That was the first time I had ever seen a flop get called in college basketball. I
haven't seen that either.
I didn't when he did like this. I didn't know what that meant.
I haven't seen that either.
No clue. But
Cam is so good at the free throw line. We need him around the free. I completely agree, especially in clutch time.
Yeah,
I think there was a couple of times, like even the last possession of the game, our problem was inbounding. We have no inbound plays at all. It's a complete joke. Brandon, I'm sure you're
Wesley's watching. I saw he said something about that too.
Our inbound plays are just the worst.
Well, it's nothing.
Yeah, it's just guys standing around like just throw it up.
Yeah, it's like Cam sets a screen for Watford.
Now
run around.
None of them are aggressive enough to come off of picks or anything like that.
Yeah, and they're weak ass screens.
I think that's where we miss Greg Hire so bad with that kind of stuff.
There's fucking no one on this team that knows how to set a screen other than Darius Days.
Right. So at the last possession, I needed the ball in Cam's hands. Cam has got to get.
No, actually, I was okay with it being in Trenton's hands, but not for shooting a three.
No,
not when you're down one.
No, it had to get in Cam's hands, and he's got to drive and get a foul.
I actually wanted the ball in Trenton's hands and going towards the basket.
No, not with a score like this.
He had 31 points.
I get it.
I mean, Trenton was crazy hot.
Yes, but he's got to be in a post position. Like he can't.
No, he kind of prefers to come from the top of the key and drive towards the basket.
Look,
that's
I know what
game. That's his game.
I disagree with you here. Like,
I disagree with you.
Cam. This is my problem with Cam Thomas. Going to the next level, he has got to be able to create his own shot. He needs to be able to get the ball and create his own shot. At this point, he can get the ball from a point guard or for somebody passing it to him, but he's not able to get open for himself. In an inbound play,
like off ball? He's not able to get open?
Last play of the game, he's got to want the ball. Like this is the old LeBron analogy that we always used, which he has got to get the ball. He's got to have the ball in his hands the last play of the game.
Yeah.
He's the best freaking player we got on our team. I understand he's younger and Javante's probably more experienced and all that.
Yeah.
But like he's the best fucking player.
No, I agree.
He's the guy that I want taking the last shot.
And there would have been no one complaining about Cam Thomas shooting a 3 at the end of that game.
No,
Make it
absolutely
miss.
not.
Not a single person.
You don't need a 3 though.
Same time, I also wouldn't have been complaining if Trendon Watford misses a layup at the end of the game. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah, but
in the exact same.
Yeah, but
sense.
I know. But what was it? Herb Jones on him? Like he wasn't getting anything off of that guy.
Yeah.
Like you're at the defensive player of the year in the SEC on you. He's D'ing you up for a reason, man.
Right.
Like get the ball. Let's get the ball to somebody. Like that was a problem at the bench level. You have to draw up something better than this. Like they just don't have anything.
Right.
They have no bench coaching right now. So they're going to make some changes. I know I have to be.
Right.
I think they're missing Greg Hire so bad on that.
This is a lot of, this is being very critical about one play in a game where maybe Brandon disagrees, but I think we both agree that this was our best game of the year.
Yeah.
So, I take the good with the bad, I guess, with Trendon,
absolutely.
because Trendon's the reason we were at that point in the first place.
It's so crazy though. Like you win this game, and what are we? We still an 8?
Dude,
7?
I was thinking that earlier. I guess we would have been a 6 if we won.
Can you imagine if we won the SEC and we're still an 8? I mean, come on, we're mad now.
Holy shit!
Holy cow!
Jesus Christ, that would have been crazy. That couldn't have happened, right?
All right, so let's go back to the bracket a little bit. What are some big upsets you see in this region? And I don't have all the regions up, guys. I didn't have time to like grab them all, but like Georgetown's playing really good.
Yeah, I just don't think they're that good though. I think this is fool's gold.
But I haven't seen Colorado play at all. Though,
I've watched Colorado play. They're a solid team. And they're actually playing really well right now too. They just ran into a very hot Oregon State team in the championship.
Now I hate Alabama, obviously. But I do want Alabama to crush Iona because of Rick Pitino. I want Rick Pitino to.
Oh yeah, fuck that guy.
Yeah, go down hard.
Well, I want to beat Alabama in the Elite Eight.
See him again. What were your thoughts on Nate Oates?
I mean, yeah, he's a
and the game in general.
That didn't affect me at all, actually, because I already hate Alabama so much. There's nothing they can do that would make me hate them more.
Yeah,
they can only. I don't think they would be able to make me hate them less either, because I already hate them so much. So
yeah,
I wouldn't care.
I mean, Nate Oates he's just such a.
He's a fuck. He's a fuck stick.
Yes, it could have. The NCAA hates LSU.
Guess what could have?
I guess being an 8 seed still, LSU, Bama, Elite 8. Let's go back. Let's take a look at it. All right, so let's see what would have to happen for that to happen. LSU obviously beats St. Bonaventure. They beat Michigan. We would assume
probably beats Florida State. I'm guessing is who
possibly.
Comes out of
Man, that Florida State. I've only seen them play a few times. They don't have the shooting that they had a couple of years ago, but they've been like this for like 3 years in a row. They're super long.
Yeah, and they're very, very, very athletic.
Yes.
Yeah. I watched a couple of Florida State games this year, including the ACC championship yesterday against Georgia Tech, and I just haven't been all that impressed with them. That's pretty much how I feel about everyone in the ACC. Other than actually, even though they have 10 losses, I actually really like North Carolina. And they're playing Wisconsin in the 8-9 game. Winner plays Baylor. That could be a scary spot for Baylor, actually. I think that North Carolina team is actually pretty damn good. They got a point guard. I'm blanking on his name. Something Love. And he's really starting to turn it on right now.
Oh, you're talking about in another region. Yeah. So let's talk about this one real quick. Because, all right, so Alabama, of course, beating Iona. Maybe UConn with book night. They can beat UConn. And then maybe an Alabama-Texas matchup in the Sweet 16. So they would have to beat Iona, UConn, Texas. We would beat St. Bonaventure, Michigan, Florida State. That's not terrible. And I think Brandon was alluding to this earlier because he had told me he was like looking through it and he's like, it's not terrible. Could LSU beat
I would rather.
St. Bonaventure in Michigan? Yes, we could.
Let me ask you this: would you rather play Michigan or Alabama?
Oh, Michigan.
I would rather play Michigan too.
Absolutely.
Yeah. No, I completely agree. There's a small part of me that wants to say Alabama because I think we would be so hyped up to play them. But they would be just as hyped up, and I think Alabama's just better than Michigan. I really just do.
We had something in the chat. Tucker says if we see Michigan get Mwani Dickerson guarding on the perimeter, talk about serious problems for the Wolverines.
Yeah, fair point.
But also, you
Trent
know,
Watford could beat that.
Trent
dude
Watford,
to the hole all
and
the
then
time.
but then you'll see like Josh LeBlanc at the top of the key taking up the guy with the ball. Like there's a lot of problems that they've caused with some of that 1-3-1 kind of look. Being an 8 and winning the SEC. So I guess that's what yes, it could have. It could.
I don't think that could happen. I really don't. I mean,
if we would have won the game, it would still be an 8.
Yeah, no, we wouldn't be an 8. That's
Wesley says I would have loved to win, but damn, those dudes have a chip on their shoulder. I agree. So talk about the LSU versus the world t-shirts that they made. Man, is that not like completely accurate at this point?
Well, is that not like completely stealing Jarrett Roser's
It
t-shirts?
is absolutely. I said, Jarrett, you need to like collab with LSU and get some better looking t-shirts. First of all,
to sue. I'm joking.
No, yeah, right. Sure. But yeah, LSU versus the world is completely should be the attitude that they have. Like,
yeah, I love that.
Yeah, I was just really upset about the kids involved with this. This is obviously a vendetta between the NCAA and Will Wade, and now just shitting on not only LSU, but they're also shitting on Michigan. If you think about it.
Yeah, no, I saw Charlie Hannegriff said, I'm sure Michigan's pretty upset too.
Yeah, I mean, this is not an 8 seed that they're playing.
Right.
This is a 6 seed.
Right. I think we all think that this is a 6 seed level team.
Right.
Especially and the way they're playing right now, they're playing like they're more of like a 4 or 5 seed team.
Right.
Just in terms of recency.
Wesley says Florida State is just like LSU. It can play great when they bring it, and if not, they're garbage. I saw a game.
Florida State doesn't shoot like LSU.
There was a game early this year, that they blew somebody, like the doors off somebody. I don't know.
Florida State did?
Yeah,
I can look it up.
But I don't remember who it was. But like they looked like they were a top 10.
I remember towards the beginning of the year. I remember they were in the top 10.
I think we had a voicemail, and we'll get to that as well. Let's see if I can pull it up.
We had a couple of voicemails.
We have 3 voicemails. Okay, let's play them. Here we go. Here's the first one.
Hey, this is Michael from the Bluff. First time caller, long time listener. LSU being an 8, absolute disgrace. They should be a 6 through 7 seed.
Yeah,
you can match them up anywhere on the board. Although I am happy about if we have to play a 1 seed in the second round, it's Michigan because they're a little gifty and banged up right now.
Yep.
Man, I really have a lot of faith in this LSU team as long as they do the little things, block out, rebound, pass, kick out, make the extra pass.
Rebound
is
a lot of talent, love them to death. Yeah. Been wearing the same damn shirt since Friday because it had good juju in it.
There you go. Attaboy.
Boot up, go Tigers.
Boot up, baby.
Beat
all right.
Everybody's ass.
There you go. Beat everybody's ass. I
go.
don't need to make that a t-shirt. Beat everybody's ass.
Shout out to Michael.
All right, here we go. Next voicemail we had in the chat.
How does LSU get that seeding? I don't understand. It must really be
Haven't
what
heard from Wesley in a
Will Wade
while.
said is
I missed him.
your seeding doesn't matter going into the conference tournament.
Right.
Which is total bullshit, I
Yep.
believe. Then why is everybody always talking about they're on the bubble, let's see what they do in the tournament?
I think he's turning into a Wendy's
bullshit.
right now.
All right, whatever. We just beat
You heard
like
that?
2 top 10 teams pretty much, but fuck it. Whatever. I don't think it matters who this team plays. They can beat anybody in the country. I believe it when they want to beat them.
That's true.
Let's see. If they're ready to play, they're ready to play.
Yeah. Was there another one?
Yeah, we got one more.
Okay.
Just a quick question.
I don't think it's gonna be a quick
when
question.
Preseason, the preaching was strictly depth. We have the most depth. Blah blah blah.
Sure.
We have 4 guys that can score the ball, and there's no 5th guy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
There's really no 5th guy,
Yeah.
I think, and I think that's plagued this team.
I think that's a fair point.
Which makes me wonder, what do you think Charles Manning would have done to help this team win if he?
I don't know if Charles Manning helps
I
offensively.
do
if that's
like
what you're-
Gaines. Gaines has come along a lot.
Yeah.
Definitely the most active defender.
Yep.
And I'll probably take defense over offense for that 5th player, honestly, now, because the defense on the other 4 are just atrocious sometimes.
Right.
Yep.
So
Yeah.
I guess you got to pick your poison, I guess. But damn, we need bench points, man.
Yeah.
It's killed us.
Manning and Sharif O'Neal.
I am Sharif O'Neal would have made a little difference as well.
Have those 2 guys on the team. Defense probably looks a lot better.
I've been this way. I'm a huge Charles Manning Jr. fan, and I have been.
Mm-hmm.
I loved his perimeter defense. I think he was somebody that could fucking Rick Pitino talking on my TV right now.
Cocksucker.
Get out of here. Everybody
Saw
praising
his
Rick
sons-
Pitino. Praising Rick Pitino and then crushing
Shitting
Will
on Will
Wade.
Wade. Yeah, it's fucking
It's
bullshit.
ridiculous. It's
unbelievable.
absolutely ridiculous. Anyway, what was I talking about?
Charles
Manning Jr.
Manning.
Love Charles Manning Jr. Yes, defensively he would have helped. I think he would have helped a lot.
Definitely.
I think the time period between Josh LeBlanc and Eric Gaines kind of like getting to the level that they're at right now.
Yeah.
He could have probably helped bridge that gap a little bit.
Yeah.
But whether it would have made a difference in like wins or losses, I have no idea. But
Mhm.
I love the kid and I thought he was great. All right. So Andrew Martin in the chat, we could see Georgetown in the Sweet 16. They're starting to look like the Hoyas of old. I saw some of the highlights of them.
I wouldn't pick that, but
They look good. They look good. I mean,
they got good
it's
athletes.
surprising. It's one of those, to me, this is like a COVID year deal, like where you have a half of the year where you were terrible and then a half of the year where you were really good.
Mhm.
And like all these like intangibles are coming into it. I think that's one of this is an example of that. What happens when you have all these like weird shit that they're having to go through and
Yeah.
all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
This is such a strange year.
Yeah, it is.
And it's hard to like,
Can't emphasize that enough.
I stopped betting this year with basketball because I'm like I don't know what's gonna happen.
I don't
from one
believe you.
game, huh?
I don't believe you.
I'm serious.
Yeah, no,
like
you're
I
not.
really haven't been, and I don't plan on betting in the NCAA tournament
That's
because of
such
that
a
as well.
lie.
It's not a lie.
That's
I
a
swear.
lie.
On my grandmother.
You won't put any money on your bracket.
No.
You won't
Well,
put
no.
money
I'll
to enter into a bracket pool.
no. I'll do a bracket pool, but
It's
not like
gambling.
game by game. Is what I'm saying.
It's gambling.
No, it's not. It's not the same thing.
It is something. You lied.
Andrew says Eric Gaines can be that defensive guy. I agree. He's the guy.
No, he is
he-
the defensive guy.
And not only the defense, but he just creates this energy. And you saw it today. Like he just created like all this energy and everybody else starts playing harder.
Right.
That's just something that you know the last person I saw do this, and nobody really likes the guy. Oh shit. What was his name?
I don't know.
He played with Ben Simmons. Long, lanky guard.
Quarterman.
Tim Quarterman.
No one likes him
Nobody liked Quarterman at
on
the
the
end.
on the team.
Well, on the team, he was just a jerk.
Oh, really?
He wanted the ball himself. He wanted to take the shot instead of Ben Simmons, instead of Blakeney.
I love me some Quarterman.
Tim Quarterman was like that kind of guy. He was just a complete energy creator.
We didn't have 5 players on the court back then
Yeah, Johnny Jones with his hands in his pockets
because
too. That was another problem.
We had 4 and a Quarterman.
Oh, Jack with the jokes.
The zing.
Zinger.
Bingo.
Okay. Any other questions you got for us in the chat? I haven't gotten a chance to look at all of the brackets yet.
I actually I might come back a little bit on my Georgetown hate.
Now you like them.
They have won 11 of their last 15 games.
Hmm.
And the Big East is a pretty good conference.
Yeah, I think they're just a team that's on fire.
That's-
I know you guys can't see this bracket in here, and I probably need to figure out a way to zoom up on it, but just to kind of show you, I don't know if there's any other games that you guys are thinking of, like upsets that you're automatically seeing, like a 5-12 that's typically in the equation.
Right.
Was there one that you've seen, Jack?
Not really. Maybe
There's always one that everybody's like, oh yeah, this is the one.
Creighton, UC Santa Barbara might be one. I
The Gauchos, huh?
I had Santa Barbara actually as a I think I had them as a 14 in mind. I just feel like Creighton is just like an upset team. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They just seem like that team that is going to get upset. I usually, when I pick those upsets, I base it more off of, do I see this team getting upset over, like, I think this 12 seed's a really good team.
Right.
That's usually what I base it off of. Let's see. Who's Oregon State playing?
Lynn said good one, Jack, on your Quarterman.
Oh yeah, thank you very much.
Hey, call in live, guys. I have the number here at the bottom. If you want to call in and chat with us, you can ask us any questions.
Tennessee, Oregon State could be.
Oregon State's hot.
Or that could be a spot.
Tennessee is
I
not.
don't love Tennessee.
I don't either.
They don't really have the offensive game. They're good defensively. Pons is maybe the best shot blocker in the country.
Yeah.
But other than that, I just don't see the offensive firepower.
I agree. I didn't see that either.
I actually haven't watched a second of Oregon State basketball, but I do know that they're hot right now. So that's a spot. I love Oklahoma State, but they play Liberty. That's a 4-13 game.
Okay.
That could be Liberty's a good team. The biggest upset spots I see are on the 6-11 line. So like San Diego State, Syracuse is the 6-11, and San Diego State's actually the 6.
No, there's no way that's happening. San Diego State gonna roll over Syracuse. Syracuse shouldn't even make the tournament.
I disagree with that. But I mean, I think Syracuse is a good team. Actually, that's fine.
I don't like them.
Have you watched the Boeheim kid?
I have actually.
He is fucking
He's
good,
really
man.
good. Yeah.
Let's see. Utah State made the tournament, and I thought that was just preposterous that they made the tournament. They're 20-8 in the Mountain West, and they made it over Louisville, who's 13-7 in the ACC.
Sam Bacon in the chat. Syracuse zone can't stop San Diego State.
Yeah, we'll see.
San Diego State.
Syracuse is another one of those teams. Very long, very much length on that team.
So you calling Sam Bacon a liar? I got it.
Yes, sir.
Apologies. Utah State was really good last year.
Yeah, I mean they got some good players. They had
a guy that got drafted.
Yeah,
I forget the guy's name, but he was a really good shooter.
Well, he's not on their team anymore. So.
I know. But I mean they had a good program.
Right. I mean they have good coaching usually.
San Diego State.
I like San Diego State a lot.
Yeah, but the team that I felt the worst for last year was San Diego State.
Yeah, they were going to be a 1 seed, right? Them, and then I know Florida State last year had like one of the best teams they've ever had.
Yep,
they were going to be a 1 seed. I'm pretty sure.
Man, wasn't it just great to have a selection show?
Yeah, it was. It was.
Man, it's been a long time since we had a selection show, guys.
Until that East bracket came.
It's been
around.
like 600 and something days.
Yeah,
700 days.
Yeah, it has
since we had a selection show.
Jeez.
Utah State to the Sweet 16. Sam's just like he's just like fucking with you now.
Yeah,
he's just needling you.
Come on, now.
Working it in there.
This is obnoxious. How about the first 4? Did you like any of those games? So you got obviously we mentioned.
I just love matchups.
UCLA.
What was it? Texas Southern.
Texas Southern against
Johnny Jones versus who are they playing?
Mount St. Mary. Is that right?
Okay.
Traditional. And then there's Wichita State versus Drake.
Drake is very good.
Drake could be the Loyola Chicago of this,
okay, so they win bracket. The first 4, and
they're in the same conference as Loyola Chicago. Actually, Loyola Chicago, by the way, is an 8 seed. I don't know if you saw that.
Yes, I did. So they won their tournament, and that was the only difference, really.
Yeah. Well, they played 3 times. I think Loyola Chicago won 2 out of 3. Yeah.
So who's the second round matchup after the Drake and Wichita State. Who would they play in the who's the 6th seed there?
It is USC. I think I would take the winner of Wichita.
I agree.
And, yeah.
I think you're going to see Drake win that game, and then
USC has Evan Mobley, who's he's a top 5 player in the country.
Going to be a NBA.
Yeah, he's going to be a
lottery
top 5 pick. So there's that. But when I'm thinking about which teams I want to pick in the tournament, I always think about guard play. That's the first thing I always go to. Like, that's great if you have a big man, but do you have a really good guard that's going to get it to him, or that's late in the game is going to be able to make a big shot?
Right.
That's always where my head goes. So I tend to pick against really good big men, actually.
I in the tournament, I'm usually the opposite.
Really?
I like guard play in the tournament. I like guards who can shoot.
That's exactly what I said.
Oh, I thought you were talking about you're going with big men.
No,
I said I
go against big men.
I agree with you.
No, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't like half court offenses.
Right. That's why I love Luka Garza. I love that Iowa team. Probably not going to pick them to go past Sweet 16.
I agree. I agree.
Although
that's where you see like a
they
team
actually do have solid guard play, but it's not. I don't think it's good enough.
This is when you see like a team like Purdue that had who was the shooter, Carson Edwards,
yeah.
who just kind of takes them over,
right.
or like the UConn ones that we always talk about.
That was actually exactly what I was thinking about this UConn team with James Bouknight.
Yeah,
but
that's not bad.
But they got to fucking play Alabama.
No,
and there's
in the second round.
You can't have a one-man team beat Alabama. That's what we've learned. The biggest thing about playing them, and that's why I thought we played so well today, because we played so well as a team.
Right. Yeah, you have multiple guys.
If you try to play iso ball against Alabama, you're gonna fucking lose by 30.
They got 5 guys who can hit a 3 at any time.
Exactly, and they play very good.
Hey, you know what?
Defense.
Petty didn't even play well.
No, I thought
if Petty would have played well,
I didn't even notice him.
We would have been toast.
Right.
Hey guys, please like and share if you can, especially if you're on YouTube. If you can, please hit the like button. We would really appreciate that. Trying out Twitch. I didn't even notice if Twitch is even working. Like button. We would really look at that. It is.
There we go.
Trying out.
Let
me mute it. Twitch is even. There we go. Twitch is working. All right. So we have. We're on Facebook, Twitter, and then YouTube, and we're trying to get our subscribers up, so we appreciate the likes on that. And now we're on Twitch, so that's great. I didn't know if we were actually live or not. Sam is messing with you. He said he's speaking facts, so it's like busted.
All right. Well, Sam, I'm gonna have to see your bracket so I can just copy it word for word.
We need to get a golf tournament. So we were talking about doing a basketball tournament.
That's not done yet, because I'm gonna try to.
Let's do a golf tournament.
I got a couple more things. That was actually going to be my next
thing. Was the golf tournament?
If the basketball thing didn't work.
Sam can probably help us out with the golf tournament.
I think a golf tournament is probably a little easier to manage.
Oh, probably. I mean, you're talking about just a couple of like foursomes, probably.
Right, there's probably also a lot more interest for golf.
Yeah, and we can do like best balls or whatever. It doesn't have to be like anything crazy, but
it doesn't have to be like, we don't have to be playing as good as our boy
Walter Anderson.
Exactly.
Holy cow, this guy,
what a stud that kid is.
We're like, hey man, Walter, so
who won the players
when you graduating? And he's like, oh, I'm a sophomore.
Yeah.
Like, what?
Yeah, we were like, where are you going to college next year?
He's like, oh, I got 3 years left. It's like, Jesus.
Oh yeah, no, I just I have actually an algebra test on Monday, so.
All right, so we have the first 4. It's Thursday and Friday, correct?
Or Thursday is first 4.
Okay.
Friday, Saturday is the first round. I think LSU plays on Saturday.
Okay, so Friday.
We don't know what time yet, though.
So Friday will be the day that it's typically a Thursday, Friday for us, but now they've moved it back a day. It sounds like. Right?
Yeah, that's correct.
So Friday will be like an all-day basketball day while you're at work, kind of deal. Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah, and Thursday will be it's going to be the first 4, but it's going to be like, because they're playing the entire first 4 on Thursday. Usually they break up the first 4 into 2 days.
Right. It's like a Tuesday, Wednesday.
This year, the whole first 4 is on Thursday.
Okay.
Which I actually like. I think they should do that every year.
Well, does that mean some of them have to play? Oh, they're all in Indianapolis this year.
Yes.
So they're just going to play the very next day.
Well, they'll probably. I'm assuming all the first 4 teams would play on Saturday.
So okay,
they have lined it up
on their bracket. Okay.
I would assume that's how they set it up.
Are they letting fans in Indianapolis?
Yeah, I heard that there was going to be like 2,000 fans, 2,000 per game. Maybe I'm mixing that up with something else, but
Because I thought this was a bubble. I thought it was a bubble situation.
it is.
But
That's a fair point, actually.
I'd have to look at that.
If it's
yeah,
a bubble,
Jude, that's a
then it
good
wouldn't make any
question. I
sense.
think it's a.
But I thought I heard. Maybe I'm just mixing something up with.
Well,
something
I know
else.
the teams are going to be in a bubble now. Whether they just have fans come in and whether they feel like
Right,
it's
'cause I
not
mean-
like it's not really messing with anything.
I mean, they're playing in Lucas Oil, so maybe they'll just stick fans,
Yeah, like-
1,000 feet up.
Yeah, this one guy from Alabama, it's like grabbing his crotch at the very top.
Dude,
of
I
the-
saw the guy grabbing his dick. That was so weird. That was so bizarre.
Sam says we need to put one team, one podcast golf team in our booster club tournament. Yeah, we could do
Come
that.
on. Come on.
Yeah, we could
Come and wreck y'all.
Yeah.
Just kidding.
So yeah, I don't know if they're gonna have fans or not. I would love it if they had some fans. I mean,
Yeah. No, I mean, I hate watching. That's the biggest thing I've learned out of COVID is that I hate watching sports without fans.
I know it's
I
so much
hate it.
better now when you start to see. Like I even enjoyed today. Like I enjoyed the energy of this game. LSU,
dude,
Alabama.
those Bama fans were rowdy.
Yes, they were.
Yeah. Where were the LSU fans, by the way? Were
I
they
don't
just
know.
not there?
I don't know. I
I
mean,
didn't
I think
hear 'em.
Alabama's just like gung ho because they know they're really good this year and all
fair,
that. But
fair.
um,
So like, it was like us 2019 LSU football.
yeah, but it's like they, when they're playing Trenton and Watford, there's so much animosity towards Trenton and Watford.
Yeah, that's
Um,
so petty. Just like
Well, they've been in his head.
just
for
get
two,
over it,
two
bro.
games they played so far this year. They
Yeah.
were in his head.
Yeah, he
This
didn't
year,
play well.
this one didn't work out that way.
Yeah, no, he went off against them this time.
No, he did,
Yeah.
and he was eating it all up.
Yeah.
I loved the cockiness of this team this
Yeah,
year.
I did too.
Right now, and I hope it continues. That's what I want to see. I just want to see it progress to the next level here.
Man, we talk about good guard play. I love our guards.
I do too.
I love them. Like
I just don't want to see us go
Javonte
to
and
another
Cam-
arena and then we're cold. And like we got into all this point. We got screwed by the NCAA. I've seen this happen a few times with LSU basketball. And some of you guys in the chat probably know what I'm talking about. Like, but there was a couple years where we fought and clawed. I think it was like we had Brandon Bass, Ronald Dupree. There was a couple of years where we scratched and we got to like an 8 seed and we get to the tournament and then we just get crushed.
Yeah.
And it was like we played so well getting into that area and then we get into this arena that we were just cold.
Right.
And like that's what I don't want to see is like you get to this point, the NCAA has screwed you at this point. It's LSU versus the world, and then you get there and you lay an egg.
Well, you know
Like,
what it
that's what I
reminds
don't
me
wanna
of
see.
is when we got screwed in 2009. We should have been a 5 or a 6 seed,
Mhm.
and then they gave us an 8, and we had to play North Carolina, who was the best team in the country.
Yep.
And they beat us they beat us by 14, and that was the closest game that anyone gave them the entire tournament.
Right. I think it was like a
We beat them 80. They
a
beat
2
us,
or a 3-point game with like 5 minutes
yeah,
left.
and then what's his
Tyler
fucking-
Hansborough.
but Ty Lawson is the one that went off in that game.
Right.
Speaking of good guard play, it's the common theme.
Yep. That year was weird because it obviously it's different this year because this is completely like a Will Wade deal. But like before then, like back then, it was
SEC.
the
just
SEC
sucked.
conference was terrible.
Right.
And so LSU like
That was part
wins
of
the
it.
conference and they're an 8 seed. Like
Right.
that's how bad things were.
Right.
Anyway. All right. So Andrew says in the chat, it is a bubble, but they're using arenas in Indianapolis and at Indiana and Purdue.
Right.
So they're going to be moving around different places. Yeah, I just still don't know about fans.
Yeah,
but
that's the only thing.
OU Missouri, what do y'all think? So
Yeah, that
is that
was
a first? That's an
actually-
8-9,
That's
right?
8-9. Winner plays Gonzaga. So I mean, it's not gonna.
Who cares? Yeah,
no one's
right.
really picking those teams to beat Gonzaga, but geez, I actually that's
I don't like
that's
Missouri
one of the
right now.
that is one of the tougher games that I've had to pick.
Yeah.
That I've been looking at.
I think if you have to go off of those two teams, I think you take the Big 12 into consideration a little bit. I just
Sure.
think that's a little bit better conference. I think Missouri started off really hot and then kind of like went down.
But Oklahoma did this very
Probably
very
same
similar thing. They have not been playing well the past few weeks. They beat Alabama
Mhm.
at the end of January, and then I think they won another game, and then since then it's been all downhill. And then they lost like back-to-back games to Oklahoma State, and they lost I think they lost to like TCU recently. It hasn't been going well for Lon Kruger over there.
Old Lon Kruger, he's been in the game for a long time.
Yeah,
man.
he has.
I remember he coached for Florida in '94 when they went to the Final Four. So that's how freaking long he's been coaching.
Yeah.
All right, guys, we're going to wrap it up a little bit here. Like I said, please like and share if you can. We'll post this. We're going to post the audio pods too for Spotify and Apple and Stitcher. We're on Stitcher as well.
Oh, Pels are playing.
What's that?
Pels are playing.
Yeah, Pelicans are playing right now. So the perfect time for us to wrap up.
We're playing the Clippers. I'm not watching.
So I don't know anything about what we're doing right now with Pelicans.
Zion is top 10 player in the league currently.
Well, I knew that, but like
currently.
Okay. No, I knew that, but I'm saying like I don't know if are we in a losing streak? Who's playing well?
We're in a. It's just
I haven't been following NBA.
We're just in
all.
a Pelicans mode, which is just like ups and downs and
typical
Pelicans.
And yeah.
Just zero consistency right now, which is to be expected when your best three players are 20, 23, and 22. So,
passing racks in Aaronville right now. Tell y'all if I see Patino and Kyle Trask.
What? Consider rephrasing.
Shoot in the chat. All right, guys, we appreciate it. We're going to wrap it up here. Thank you again to our sponsors, Courtesy Buick GMC. Brandon Lejean is in the chat. So we will actually post his information on our Facebook page. Please reach out to Brandon and like him on Facebook as well, because he posts deals all the time. But he can deliver anywhere to you in Louisiana as well. So if you're in Baton Rouge or if you're in New Orleans, wherever, but he's in Lafayette, he can still set it up and deliver it out to you guys. So Courtesy's the largest GMC dealer in the state, and we appreciate them partnering with us. Bear Process Safety, Adam Berry at Bear Process Safety, huge process safety company in Louisiana and nationally. So they're based here in Baton Rouge. Reach out to those guys. It's bearps.com. They can help you out with any kind of process safety development. Ether Insurance. So you got commercial. I know you guys own businesses. Home. I know you have homes. Auto, life. They can do quotes on any of that stuff. Adam and Murata will take care of you, and he can work it out for you, and he can make sure whatever you're doing now, you're going to be housed with him, probably either paying less or the same note. So reach out to Adam at Ether Insurance. It's Ether, AETHERINS.com. And then Bogies. Go check out Bogies, man.
Yeah.
They're back open again. All these restrictions are now open.
Do you want to go watch
We need to go do some like a March Madness. Yeah. I'll talk to Clayton.
Maybe figure out what time LSU's playing on Saturday. Maybe we'll go set up a show.
I have a Summer's got a thing on Saturday, so I got to figure out what time that's going to be and what time the game is.
Gotcha,
but
okay.
I can't be hammered when I go to this thing. So if we go to Bogies, I can't just like show up like, hey, I'm here for this engagement party. What time is it? You know,
I think you can. I think you can.
So, but anyway, check out Bogies, guys. Check out any of these. I'm posting our March Madness Sweet 16 old fashioned in Baton Rouge bracket. And the point is, I'm trying to give some attention to some of these local restaurants and bars that have been crushed by COVID restrictions. Now they're getting back open again. We need people to go out and visit these local places, man. So we appreciate everybody that's been in the chat and everybody that supports us. We really appreciate you guys. Go check us out on our YouTube page to go check out those old-fashioned brackets. And then also go check out our shop page. I'm doing some stuff with that. I'm going to be maybe messing with some stuff here. OneTeamOnePodcast.com, and then click shop. We appreciate you guys. We will talk to you guys probably later this week before the LSU game. We'll do another little recap, and hopefully we can have a guest on. We can kind of talk about it. And what you got? One more thing?
Lenardi just said that LSU is notably underseeded. So
No shit, Lenardi. It's one team, one podcast.
logging out.
We showed you what the GOAT was last year when we beat y'all 50-7.
Let's go. One team.
Relax, big boy.
Team One podcast.
One team, one podcast.
Yeah, they did a good job.
Really good. Yeah.
Why is he so fat?
One team.